having come into potentially new agreement with some organization that we knew nothing about, what struck me is the fact that everyone was so genuine. It was really about providing a service to us and to our communities, and that's what I think drew the tribal council in. Is that this is something that we believe our communities need, to train more interns to work within the water infrastructure.
My name is Katie Thorne, and I'm the Partnership Development Specialist with Water First, and I'll be your host this afternoon. It's actually morning where I am. My family comes from the Namgis Nation in Alert Bay and Escat in Alkali Lake, both in British Columbia. I'm calling in from Tecumseh to Secwepemc. At one time, Secwepemc people occupied one large territory, Secwepemc-Ulu, stretching from the Columbia River Valley along the Rocky Mountains, west to the Fraser River, and south to the Arrow Lakes. It covered approximately 145,000 square kilometers. The colonial government divided the Secwepemc people into 17 distinct groups with specific parcels of land. Tecumloops, commonly known as Kamloops, means where the rivers meet. I would like to acknowledge that Water First's main office is located on the territory covered by Lake Simcoe Nottawasaga Treaty Number 18, established in 1818. Today, the area is still home to many Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work with the community in this territory. I would like to share a quote now about land acknowledgement. Monique Ora from the Oneida Nation says, "To acknowledge this land on which we stand is to acknowledge truth. To acknowledge truth is to acknowledge connection and disconnection. To acknowledge connection and disconnection is to acknowledge the nations who care for our mother. To acknowledge our mother is to acknowledge truth. To acknowledge truth is to acknowledge that truth is at the forefront of our conversation." As a water operator, I know the importance of education and training. As an Indigenous person, I appreciate the collaborative effort that Water First commits to. Water First focuses on building capacity. Indigenous communities are facing a heartbreaking water crisis today. Not only are they hit with boil water advisories, water scarcity, flooding. Once a water treatment plant is built, they're now struggling with staffing. We need water science professionals to operate the systems and ensure safe water for the whole community. What better way to close that capacity gap than to educate and train the people that are in community? Water First goes a step further than other education programs because we meet participants where they're at. Water First supports career pathways for Indigenous youth and adults. Whether they're right out of high school or searching for a second career, Water First is for them. Mentorship is woven throughout the organization. Each employee has weekly mentoring sessions. Our interns have access to one-on-one mentorship during their program, and then through our alumni network after graduation. Our team ensures support on technical skills and career development. One of the most impactful pieces of mentorship, in my opinion, is when our different programs meet. Our interns become the mentors when they assist water science workshops to students in the community. Our mandate is to work in partnership with Indigenous communities to address local water challenges through education, training, and meaningful collaboration. At the local and national scale, our programs support safe, clean water within communities, a long-term strategy with Indigenous empowerment at its core. Having the values, culture, and philosophy of Indigenous peoples and water governance will improve how water is treated. We are the water protectors. We have worked with over 90 communities in 6 provinces and territories across Canada. And our 3 areas of work are drinking water, environmental water, and school water. So now I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Tanya Sakani, School Engagement Coordinator with Water First. Tanya is an Ontario certified teacher and holds a graduate diploma of education in the primary and junior divisions, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Physical Geography. Welcome, Tanya. Can you tell us a bit more about the school water program and what you do?
Yeah, sure. I've been with the school water team for about 4 years, just over 4 years now. And what we do is we travel to communities across the country and we run week-long water science workshops with kindergarten to grade 12 learners. We take quite a bit of time planning this with community and with school to make sure that we have a lot of community connections with the material that we're bringing. So we bring a lot of hands-on, awesome workshops for the students to engage in and bring it outside, get dirty, bring the water in as much as we can. But it always tips it over the top if community members can join us, if they're leading the tours at the water treatment plant, or if we have an intern join us in the classrooms. So yeah, that's really what we do. I think I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but yeah, we're trying to open up the possibility of water science careers for youth, letting them know what the options are out there. So that's what we do during the year. And then we've got a summer geography credit course that we offer as well, partnering with schools. It's a bit of a bigger project, but again, a lot of opportunities to connect with community and introduce more water science careers.
Water program is intentional in highlighting career pathways when working with students. Can you tell us about that approach a bit?
Yeah, it's our primary goal. We really want students to understand what the possibilities are and make it fun. Make sure that they know what it includes, the hands-on learning, being outside, working with your hands, getting to know people in your community and the reason why you're doing it. So always we try to include interns that are part of the EW or DW internships. Alumni are joining our programs now. Having everyone at Water First having the same goal is really reinforcing it and making it easier to make it happen and just so much more beneficial for all the learners in our programs. One thing that we started last year, which sounds like a small thing, but we brought in career tags. So we're pairing this with all of our workshops. Yeah, so with the core group that we're working with, they get about 8 workshops with us throughout the week. And we pair these career cards. So it tells you what the career is, tells you the skills and interests that someone might have in that career and the pathways how to get there. And the different career cards go with different activities. So we try to rotate that so everyone gets a different experience in the workshops and gets to try different hands-on. Yeah.
Awesome. In your experience, what is the impact of working with students in this way?
Yeah, when you asked me to do this and I was thinking about mentorship, that's kind of what it all comes down to. The relationship and the learning are both strengthened when you have mentorship involved. So whether it is an intern or alumni, or we have an elder join us, or a local expert, someone from Lands and Resources, everyone brings in their expertise with their career, but their knowledge of community as well is what we're feeling behind the mentorship. Having that relationship with who you're learning from goes a long way with the learners every single time, gotta say. So,
all right, moving on. I'd like to welcome Adriana Belinsky, who is a member of Beausoleil First Nation. She's the program manager for school water and community engagement coordinator with Water First. As a certified teacher working with Water First, she has visited over 25 different community schools across 6 different provinces. Welcome, Adriana. Can you tell us about community engagement at Water First and your work in that area?
Yeah, the community engagement department is a bit of a mystery to some people, but we're kind of twofold. We have an external goal and we have an internal goal as well. So community engagement, our overarching goal is to ensure organizational accountability to our community partners. So this involves like initiating or being a part of early conversations and engagements before they agree to be a partner, maintaining existing partnerships from the past, and just upholding Water First commitment to sustainable outcomes, even when kind of the program is over. And then the internal facing goals that we have are overarching to all of the other departments. We are a fully Indigenous team within Water First, and we oversee basically like development and implementation of Indigenous cultural and historical awareness trainings. And the goal is to just strengthen like a genuine informed approach for all aspects of the Water First work. My role specifically in the department right now is helping build and lead what we're calling an Indigenous career initiative.
Okay.
So I can tell you a bit more about that if you want to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah. Tell us when it started and why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really passionate about this. It's my main responsibility in the department right now. And the Indigenous Career Initiative is basically similar to a co-op. So the ICI, that's kind of the acronym that we use, uses diverse skills from our applicants. And so we work with different Water First departments and teams. And these individuals that come on board with us, our goal is to help them build professional skills within a career path that they're interested in. And part of that is having a mentor within those other departments. So to date, the ICI has has participated in the drinking water department, the environmental water department, the school water department, so all the program areas, and then also our communication and fundraising team has hosted one of these
Awesome.
Indigenous career people, and our instructional design and delivery team has had an ICI, and even the community engagement team this year, we were able to take on one of those individuals and kind of get some additional help in our department, but also share the work that we're doing. So it's really cool, like the variety of resumes and skills that come through this initiative is very far reaching.
I
So
love that.
we are partnering with some different post-secondary schools.
Okay.
So we have a really strong partnership with University of Guelph right now, and 2 of our ICIs came from Guelph to do basically their co-op placement with us. And then we had 3 other ICIs join us from different areas. So we post in our drinking water environmental alumni groups. So we had a couple applicants there. And so we had a few people in the history of the program come from the drinking water internship and then participate in this kind of career internship. And that's just like further building the skills that they already have and seeing kind of where it takes them.
Awesome.
Basically, what we do is like a 12 to 24 week placement, and it's just depending on what the department is looking for and who the mentor in that department is going to be and what they have going on that those participants could contribute to.
Cool.
Yeah. A big part of this initiative is acknowledging the skills that these individuals are bringing to the table and that they have individual goals. And so one of like my favorite things about the program is having those individuals share their goals with me and helping see how we can meet those goals or build those skills that they've identified. So that's a big piece for me, is just, communication across the board and seeing how we can be creative and if that skill is needed or what kind of work we can apply it to. So that's a big one for me.
One of the highlights definitely be meeting like everybody and getting the opportunity to know everyone and, you know, work together and just learn from each other. Like our environmental week, like getting to be outside and outdoors, doing some sampling on the boats and in the rivers, like it's been really fun. You know, when everyone collaborates together, it kind of helps all of us learn.
So cool. That was a good little video. Like Adriana said, that's essential. The quote from one of our interns, it's essential to have these people. I'd like to now introduce Janelle Snake. She was on that video. She's a graduate of our drinking water program and one of our Indigenous Career Initiative interns who joined Water First as a program support coordinator. Welcome, Janelle.
Hello, thank you.
How you going? How's it going today?
Pretty good. I'm excited to be here.
Nice, right on. All right, we'll get right into it. I'm curious. You joined the drinking water internship in partnership with Ogamawaj Tribal Council back in 2023. So I'm curious why you chose to be an intern. What brought that forward for you?
I chose to be an intern and during the drinking water internship because it just seemed like such a great opportunity. I had just finished my first year of college when the internship came up, and I was learning about water science in school, and then, this internship came up, and as an Indigenous woman, we have that spiritual connection with water.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just wanted to do take advantage of the opportunity to combine like that interest and that connection with water.
I love that. I didn't know I had a connection with water until pretty recently, actually. Like I became a water operator without knowing. And it's just wild to me that it's all meant to be. It all just
Yeah.
plays out how it's supposed to. So that's really cool. Have you worked? So I hear that you've worked with our school program a little bit. In as an intern, maybe you went to a program.
Yeah, I got to do a STEM event while I was an intern. We worked with high school age students just to get them excited, interested in water sciences, and letting them know that, being a water operator is a potential career path for them too, and sharing our experience as interns in the drinking water internship with Water First.
That's cool. I love that. That's like the full circle mentorship that you're getting mentored and then you're also now going into the youth with the youth and mentoring them. It's pretty cool. So you graduated in 2024, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What have you been up to since?
So after I graduated the drinking water internship, I went back to school to finish my diploma as an environmental technician. I just graduated this past spring. And then, yeah, as soon as I graduated, there was an opportunity with the ICI at Water First. So I've been working with them since May as the program support or program support coordinator. So it's been really fun, and it's been really cool to apply like what I've learned in school and then also my experience and training that I've done as a drinking water intern. I'm really grateful for the mentorship that I've received. I feel like the teams that I've worked with have really taken me under their wing and shown me the ropes. As it in my position, I've done a lot of workshops and water quality monitoring, and helping with the current drinking water interns for like their OIT exam prep. But the Water First staff have helped me feel supported and confident to help facilitate these workshops and lead sessions in person, lead an online tutorial. I spoke at a conference, the Stony Hills conference in Calgary, and just having their support means so much to me. Yeah.
And now we've got Julia Zazzarini, project manager and instructor with the drinking water program, and the interns on the line. How you guys doing today?
Awesome. Thanks, Katie. Hello, everybody. I'm Julia. I'm the project manager with my AKRC group here. We're just tuning in from Kenora today. We are actually in the middle of our Water Quality Analyst 2 workshop. This is where we gather for preparing them for the exam. It's a provincial recognized exam, and we're doing our best to prepare our group.
Right on. How far into the internship are you?
We just passed the halfway mark, so time definitely flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, that's for sure. What kinds of things are the water quality analyst prep teaching you?
Yeah, so they're diving into all things chemistry, microbiology, some operator math, lab regulations, things like that.
Right on. I'm hoping you could touch on a little bit of the mentorship opportunities that they have within the program.
Yeah, for sure. So we do offer one-on-one mentorship with like a trainer, but we also have them in the water treatment plant. and they get to be mentored by operators. And I think a really cool thing that speaks to that today is that we have 4 operators in the room with us, joining us for WQA. So I think to answer your question better, I can pass it over to Terry, one of our operators, and he can tell us a little bit about being a mentor.
Please. Exciting. Hey, Terry.
Hi,
How's it going today?
good. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Where are you from?
I am from Northwest Angle Territory First Nation,
Right on. And how long you been an operator for?
roughly maybe 18 years.
Oh, nice. Right on. Yeah, if you could touch on a bit of the mentorship and speak about the importance of it as an operator, that'd be awesome.
Well, I guess it's something I didn't have when I first started off in water treatment training. I think it's really something that I needed or could have used. And
Yeah,
I'm a better operator.
definitely.
And it's also good to pass on knowledge and everything that I've learned through all the process of water treatment and what I've learned
Mm-hmm.
through my whole life, the tricks of the trade and all that kind of stuff.
Right on. What's your favorite thing that you like to pass on to the operators, the interns?
Oh, it's probably just all mechanical things.
Yeah.
The mechanical process of fixing stuff is really important.
I remember I went and visited a plant one time and they had this like water jug, you know, the big for the water coolers, and they cut the top off and it was used as a funnel. And they called it like the Funnel 2000 or something and made this fancy name. It cracked me up and I'll never forget it. It was amazing.
Yeah, I kind of invented something myself, but I don't know. It probably wasn't worth anything.
If only, hey.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Terry. Appreciate it. Is there any interns in there that want to?
Yeah, for
wanna
sure.
chat?
We have Brandon here.
Hey, Brandon.
Hello.
How you liking the program so far?
Great. Learning
Awesome.
lots.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
did you choose to be an intern?
Pursuing a career, full-time career seems
Right on.
stable. And again, I get to advocate for my community, which is great. Yeah.
Gives me chills. That whole piece of doing it for the community, that's what operators are. They're
Right.
there to protect everybody around them. So really kudos to you for stepping up. I'm wondering if you could speak on a little bit of the mentorship that your trainers provide for you.
Yeah. I have a question and I get an answer.
Yeah.
Again, I wouldn't have probably made it as far as I have without the help I've received in the past few months.
Amazing.
And I'm surprised how much again I've learned in less than a year. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
There's a lot to learn, hey?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time last year I wouldn't have had a clue about, any of this. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm progressing really quickly.
Nice.
Yeah.
When I first became a when I first started taking the training, the education for operations, I didn't know that water was delivered in the ground through pipes. Like I was so naive, I had no idea. And so I can definitely empathize with where you're at. That's amazing. Thank you for joining us today.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. You got any more interns?
And
One volunteer.
they're all hard at work on their
Yeah.
quizzes that we interrupted. I'm sure they're enjoying the nice break from
Yeah, I bet.
disinfection quiz.
Well, you guys better get to lunch now.
Yes, exactly. It's just arrived. Thanks so much, Katie. It was nice
Yeah,
to meet
thanks, Julia. Have a good rest of your day. And
Bye,
good luck,
everybody.
everybody, on that WQA exam.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
All right, that was awesome. I love tuning in live with those interns, and they learn so much. Now we're excited to share the premiere screening of our latest documentary, Kelsey's Story, produced in partnership with Untold Storytelling. This is the second time we've partnered with Untold Storytelling as part of their commitment to 1% for the planet.
Every weekend or anytime there was time off all year long, we're outside doing something growing up. It's just something I don't think I'd be able to ever live without. I didn't really know if I wanted to go to college after high school. It was a very stressful moment, but I decided to try it out. So I went to Cambridge College in 2019 for environmental technician. After that, my friend got me a job with surface mining. So we did a lot of safety and air quality in surface mining. I left because it's very dirty, there's a lot of chemicals, and I really don't want to be breathing that in. And it was somewhat environmental based, but I was mostly in like the safety management kind of area. So I did still want to continue my college diploma that I got to do environmental stuff. So then I was on the search for an environmental job, and I got lucky with being introduced with Water First, which has been really great. Everything that I'm learning with Water First, it's same exact thing as college, but more hands-on, which is really, really great. A year ago when we were first here, we were mostly learning about the water quality of how it is, how it looks, how healthy it is, what is inside of it. And then that carried on to water sampling to actually further identify what is in the water with sending lab samples and then getting our information back. After that, we have our data management on how to lay out our data information that we got into graphs and how to make it a little bit cleaner. It's nice to get to know all the other water interns because they're also dealing with a lot of other water issues that we are, like we're dealing with arsenic, invasive species. Everyone has their own designated project that they're very, very invested in. Without Water First, I wouldn't be really paying close attention to what is in our water and how much it affects everything around us, everywhere. I'm already stationed in the office at my community in Atikameksheng. I wasn't even done the internship yet. I think it was halfway through, and the junior land guardian job came up, and I'm managing both of them. For the land guardian, it's our job to make sure that the harvesting that we do is going to be healthy and clean for the community members. We are monitoring the depths and temperature of the lake, along with the just generic water quality measurements, the water temperature throughout the week, if it fluctuates, the dissolved oxygen in the water, how murky the water could be. If anything spikes too high, it could be an indication of something that we could further look into. With the Land Guardian program, I'm always thinking about the Water First internship to try to relate it to my work, or even if I notice something that's familiar that I've dealt with in the Water First program, it's kind of like a light bulb moment of like, oh, I know this, I've learned about this, and now I'm doing it. I love my experience with Water First. It's so much fun, everyone is great. I'm glad I'm learning everything I got to learn in college. It's very quick, but a lot of hands-on, and the people make it 10 times better and enjoyable to learn. I hope in the next 5 years I get somewhere involving more fish data, fish quality information, and fish stocking I'm really interested in. Hopefully for next year we could actually create and be able to spawn our own walleye and distribute them in different lakes that are kind of struggling a little bit. So hopefully that's the goal for next year. So something involving fish, so maybe my future generation, my kids could actually enjoy fishing and not work so hard to get a meal at the end of the day. Because I live off reserve, it's really great to connect with the community and actually fully be a part of it. I wouldn't necessarily know half the things that I know without working on the community, and it feels really great to give back and do the work. I hope to look back and say that I helped that lake be very resourceful for everyone fishing on it.
Now we're so lucky that we have Kelsey Roy and Beth Wright joining us. Kelsey's a graduate from the Water First Environmental Water Internship, and that was in North Shore Tribal Council. And then we have Beth Wright, who's our technical trainer with the Environmental Water Program. Welcome, you two.
Hi, thank you for having us. So excited to be here. I just love the theme, mentorship.
Yeah, it's amazing, eh?
Yeah.
Kelsey, that was such a moving video. Thank you for doing that. I'm wondering how you feel watching that short film that speaks to your learning.
When I first seen it, I was a little bit kind of nervous to see like the outcome, but I actually really like it very much, and it really shows to me of how much I've grown from college to all the other jobs that I have. And I'm looking back when I was in high school, and I'm exactly, and even more where I'd want to be right now.
Our environmental water internship is a 15-month paid training program. So it focuses on water science skills training. So interns participate in hands-on workshops related to water quality monitoring, data management, and fish conservation, which is really cool. It encompasses a lot of what we've heard communities say they prioritize in terms of environmental monitoring. But beyond that training, they also get to work directly on local projects that matter to their specific community. And that's done through placements at their local lands and resource offices, where they're working 5 days a week between online tutorials and in-person workshops. So yeah, it's very applied, lots of time outdoors, lots of real sampling, equipment use. And the goal overall is to just build that confidence and job-ready experience in environmental monitoring.
When I was included in the last gathering, we're mostly diving into the data management part from what we've taken throughout the summertime. And then from then to now, it's good. Like, we had a great base understanding of what we're going to be learning, what the future kind of focuses are. So it went pretty smooth. I did landed my full-time position at my lands office too, so it was a little bit kind of hectic trying to figure out and manage both at the same time. But it was in the winter time, so it was a little bit more easier to do.
Yeah. It's a brand new program. So our interns just graduated from the pilot back in early October, late September. So we've just done our one round so far. And it was created because there was a kind of clear need for that broader long-term training model that prepares entry-level environmental staff. So before this, our environmental team mostly focused on community-based projects, which are usually partnerships with lands offices or other groups in the community who already have trained professionals in the role, and they're just looking to build that capacity in very specific areas. And what was missing was that kind of pathway for brand new emerging environmental workers. So people who are passionate, motivated, but they need that hands-on training and support to get that first job. So yeah, the internship fills that gap, really. And it's a chance to develop new entry-level field staff that can grow into that long-term environmental role within their communities.
We are wrapping up here. So thank you all for attending and continuing to learn about our work at Water First. You can subscribe to our newsletter and follow us on social media to get the latest information. We're able to partner with more Indigenous communities across Canada thanks to the continuous support from donors and supporters like you. So really, claps to you guys. We need you, and we appreciate your support. We hope that you're going to continue to invest in the success of Water First and join us as we grow to support even more communities across Canada that see training and education as a valuable solution to their water challenges.